defuse or disable a variety of anti-personnel and anti-armor devices, as shellfire from both sides pounded the ground around them. For the first time in the Desert War, the sappers were equipped with mine detectors, but many experienced men preferred to rely on their fixed bayonets to locate the enemy devices. By midnight on the first evening, the first paths through the minefield were being cleared, and lanterns lit the way for the infantry advance in the direction of the Mitiara and Kidney ridges. In the southern sector of 13th Corps, the Allied troops also exposed themselves to the full peril of battle. Here, the infantry advanced without armored support, Montgomery having decided to keep the 7th Armored Division in reserve. In this sector of the desert, the Free French units found themselves in the thick of the fighting at the southern tip of the front around Kharat el-Himamat. Although 13th Corps failed to break through the German defenses, their main task was achieved in the first 24 hours. Their relentless fighting forced the Axis to keep its crucial 21st Panzer Division in the region, as all the time the main Allied attack continued in the north. Here we can see the objectives of 30th Corps in greater detail. To secure a route for the British armour, Montgomery devised a two-pronged attack against the powerful German defences centred on Mitiara and Kidney ridges. In the south, the New Zealanders and South Africans were instructed to create a corridor for the advance of the 10th Armoured Division. Further north, towards Kidney Ridge, the Highlanders and Australians' responsibility was to clear a path for the 1st Armoured. This was a demanding enterprise in the full face of enemy gunfire, but the operation began well. By 0200 on the 24th, just 4 hours into the battle, the Highlanders and New Zealanders had made especially good progress, and the Allied armoured units began their advance exactly on schedule. By dawn, the New Zealanders had secured a position beyond the Mitiara Ridge, and the enemy had taken heavy losses. The Italian Trento Division and the German 164th Motorized Division suffered especially badly, and the morning of the 24th witnessed another serious blow to the Axis cause. Before midday, Rommel's stand-in, General Stumme, suffered a fatal heart attack as he toured the battlefield. This forced the Panzerarmee to turn to Major General Wilhelm Ritter von Thoma for leadership when it desperately needed the inspiration of Field Marshal Rommel. By now, the great German commander had been informed of the Allied offensive, and plans were already in place for the Desert Fox to return to Africa to take charge of his men. But by the 24th of October, to the Allies' alarm, not everything was going their way. That day, the panzers hit back.